Hey guys, Tom with BuyMeAnIPhone.com at you today, and today we've got part 4 in our series on all the GPS apps for the iPhone. Okay, today we're going to be reviewing the iGo. Now the iGo has one of my favorite features in all the GPS applications, the ability to actually choose your vehicle that displays. So you know, I've got mine set as a tank right now. I'm going to show you all the different ones that you can put on there. It's really kind of fun. Kind of puts a little bit more fun into GPS applications. But what we're going to do is we're going to move over to the close-up camera in the den. We're going to go through the user interface, and as always, then we're going to hop in the car, show you what it looks like on real live road situations. So join me in the den, and we're going to check out the iGo. Okay guys, so here we are in the den, and we're going to be taking a look at the iGo My Way GPS application for the iPhone 3G and 3GS. Now the iGo has 3 different options to choose from in the App Store. There's the North American version, which is $79.99, the European version, which is $119.99, and the Western European version, which is $89.99. So go check those out. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. Okay, and we're going to move right into landscape mode. Now, as you can see, there's 3 different options here.
GPS signal lost.
Okay, we're inside, so we're not going to have a GPS signal. But anyway, there's destination, my route, and settings. So let's go right into settings first. I kind of like to show you the settings first. Okay, you've got route settings, sound and warning settings, 3D vehicle settings, color and theme settings, starting position settings, regional settings, content, start configuration wizard, reset the defaults, and about. So let's start with route settings. Okay, there's a couple different settings that you can do here. Vehicle, you can choose between vehicle, pedestrian, bicycle, and emergency, which is nice. Bus, taxi, okay, a lot of different options there. Route planning method we have set at the fastest. You can also do short, economical, or easy. Highways, okay, you can either avoid highways or go on highways. Okay, and you can do period change. I guess that's avoiding toll roads. Okay, another toll road, ferries, unpaved roads. You can eliminate any of these, so you can say, oh, I don't want to go on unpaved roads. Okay, so those are all your route settings. Now we get the sounds and warnings. Okay, you can turn on your key sounds. You can put on a sound when speeding. This is a sound booster, so it'll give you a lot louder audible, but it does kind of distort it a little bit. Camera, speed camera warnings, and when applicable. 3D vehicle gallery. Now guys, I think this is really cool. I really enjoy this, and it's kind of just a funny type of, you know, user interface that is kind of fun. You can choose all sorts of different things. I've got mine set as a race car. You can be a red hot rod, a silver hot rod, a limo, snowmobile, sport bike, sports car, station wagon, a tank, which is really cool. I think that's funny. A taxi, a truck. Okay, and let's go back. You could be a quad, you could be an off-roader, minivan, okay, and then you could be a male, a flying carpet, female, emergency car, chopper, car, bus, buggy, big rig, bicycle, default, which is just an arrow. So guys, those are kind of little fun things that's in this GPS unit. So I chose to be the race car. So let's get back to race car. Okay. And also here for your pedestrian, you can also choose what you want to be for the pedestrian. They're all the same things. Other vehicles, you can choose other vehicles to be, again, all those different options. So a really kind of fun option in iGo My Way. colors and themes. Map colors, you can make it day, night. Menu themes, day or night. I kind of leave it on the default colors. But daytime, you know, there's not a whole heck of a lot of options. There's default daytime and default night colors. So it seems to me that there's going to be an update that'll give you more options there. Now we go to starting position. Okay, you can set your starting position manually. Okay, here's some regional settings. Your program language, there's all sorts of different languages: English, French, Spanish. Voice profile, there's a couple different voice profiles. This is English Amy.
Have a nice trip. Drive carefully.
In 50 meters, turn left.
Jason, Dave.
Have a nice trip. Drive carefully.
I don't know, I just kind of like a woman telling me which way to go. I don't know why. There is.
In 50 meters, turn left.
So there's the UK version.
Have a nice trip. Drive carefully.
Okay, so I've got Amy there. Okay, and then you can have your time formats and units. Okay, 12 hours with AM, PM, and miles, feet. You could also go 24-hour time. You can go miles, yards, kilometers, meters, miles, feet. We're going to go miles, yards. And keyboard. You can make a default keyboard, Cyrillic, Greek, Hebrew. Okay, so nice options there. Okay, content. This pretty much just gives you all the content that's going to be on your map, guys. So this is 3D landmarks. Just tells you which maps are in there. Okay, it's not a ton of information. You know, it's not like you're going to change these or anything. So we're going to kind of get out of there. Start configuration wizard. Okay, you can kind of have a wizard walk you through all the different configurations. Reset the defaults and about. So there's all your settings. Okay, now when you go to destination, okay, there's a couple of different ways that you can do things. You can find it by address, find places, find on map, or favorites. As you'll notice, guys, what you notice missing is there's no like home or work, no go to home or go to work, which I find a little bit omissive because I like to just hit home, go to work, so on and so forth. But what you do is you're going to have to add it to your favorites, and as you can see, I have home in my favorites. So anyway, we're going to go to find address. Okay, you put in your country, your state, and your city, all defaulted, which is nice. Okay, so
GPS signal lost.
So if you're staying in the same city, you don't have to keep putting in state and city, so on and so forth. So street name, we're going to go to West March Lane. Now, as you can see, guys, this is a predictive keyboard. Okay, so for example, once we put in W, okay, and then a space bar, all the letters kind of are active again. Then once we put in another letter, it's going to eliminate any letters that will not go with that in the street name. So for example, you can go 8 West Mile Road, okay, and we're going to go March, so M-A-R, or M-A. So those are the other letters that are available, R, C, which is nice. That predictive keyboard is really nice, guys, because as you can see, when you're putting in your street name, you're not going to hit the J by accident, or the H, or the J. You're going to pretty much pick which letter is there. So we want R. Sometimes you'll hit like the Q or the X or the K or the S. This one, you're pretty much going to hit the R. So that's a nice feature there. So we're going to go to West March Lane, okay, and the house number. And we're going to go to a business, so it's 1776. Okay, done. Okay, it gives you your route planning method. It's the fastest. Okay, and then it'll come up with your home screen. Kind of gives you all the information, and then you're going to press go. So it tells you 1776 West March Lane. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. Here's some more options. Okay, you can do route alternatives. You can search for places around that. Okay, so banks, eating areas, whatever's around there. Different route settings, like I said. Okay, you can change your route settings from the home screen. Okay, fast, again, 17 minutes, 4.9 miles. And we hit go. Now, it'll have our pretty much navigational screen. So it tells us our arrival time, and it tells us how many yards to our next turn. So it's 460 yards to our next turn. Okay, and we'll get into this a little bit more once we hop in the car, guys, and we show you some real-time navigation in the car like I always do. And then it gives you a couple of different streets that are around. Okay, so we're going to go back to menu, and now as you can see, the My Route option is highlighted, so we can go to My Route. Gives you an overview of your route. Okay, again, you can go more options, route settings. You can go, you can go route alternatives, simulate navigation, or add destination to favorites. So we're going to go to route alternatives, and we're going to go, instead of fast, we're going to go short. So you can move it to short, easy, economical, so on and so forth. Hey guys, and then you can obviously cancel your route. So the route will be deleted. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, and there we go. We're back at the main home screen. So guys, the menu system, very simple, very easy to use. What we're going to do is we're going to move over to the car, and we're going to go for a little ride. I'm going to show you some real-time navigation of the iGo My Way, and kind of give you my impressions of it from that standpoint. Okay guys, so why don't you join me in the car. Okay guys, so here we are in the car, and we've got the iGo ready to roll. And one thing that I did neglect to mention to you guys earlier is if you hit this show map button, it will go right to the map. Okay, so that's a nice feature. So we're going to go back, hit menu. Here's destination. We're going to go find address. So we're going to go California and Stockton. Okay, Stockton, California. And we're going to go street name, and let me zoom that in just a little bit for you guys. Street name is going to be Market. Okay, so it's M-A-R-K-E-T. So East Market Street. Number is going to be 543. Okay, so 543 East Market. Done. Planning the route. Okay, so there's all our information for our route, and then we are going to hit go. And as you can see, it gives us our route. So let's take a little ride.
Prepare to turn left in 400 yards.
Now guys, I like the yards better than the feet, because it seems like the yards, when it tells you in yards, it gives you a little bit more time. You know, it doesn't...
Take second left.
It doesn't really adjust. So it'll say like 400 feet or 400 yards. And 400 feet just doesn't seem like enough time to make that decision.
Prepare to turn right in more than half mile.
And as you'll see here on the upper left hand side, you've got your distance to the next turn, and then in the lower left hand corner you've got your total distance to the destination.
Prepare to turn right in quarter of a mile.
Another thing that's nice about this GPS application, guys, is you can see the street names on some of the streets that are around you, and it keeps changing. So as you can see, Big Zoo, or Big Sur, Zion, Aspenwood, right. White Oak Drive, so on and so forth.
Prepare to turn left in half mile.
Now the turns do seem to be off about 10 yards, which is a little bit strange, because I haven't had that issue with any other of the GPSs. But as you can see, I'll tell you when I'm at the next turn at the light. So 560 yards, 550 yards.
Take next left.
So right now, I'd say I'm about, I don't know, 50 yards from the next turn. And it's telling me 82 yards. turning now.
Next left.
So it's a good 10 yards, I would say, 10 yards off.
Drive more than 1 mile.
Alright guys, now as you can
In
see,
100 yards, turn left.
on the top portion there, it tells you that we're going to be turning left onto I-5 southbound towards Los Angeles.
Drive 8 miles. You are over the speed limit.
And as you heard, it told me I am over the speed limit. And you can take that setting off, guys. And as you see on the right hand side, there's a little hand, and I thought that was telling me that I was over the speed limit. But when you press that hand, you go and you view the entire map again, which is kind of an odd icon for viewing the map.
In 1/4 mile, keep right. In 300 yards, keep left.
It's a little odd that the lane assist didn't pop up there, and this is like one of the only junctions in town that what lane assist would apply to, so I'm a little bit surprised that it didn't pop up there.
In 1/4 mile, keep left. Keep left. In more than 1/4 mile, leave highway, then take next left. In 1/4 mile, leave highway, then take next left. Leave highway, then take next left.
And as you notice, it tells you just to leave the highway. Some other GPS applications will actually tell you the exit number that it is.
Take next left, then turn slight left.
It'd be nice if it told you the exit number, especially in densely populated areas where the exit numbers are extremely close together.
Leave highway, then take next left.
Hey, now guys, I'm headed home and I'm on the highway here. It is telling me to go back to I-5.
Next left, then turn slight left. Route calculation. In 3/4 mile, leave highway, then take next left.
And there's another way to get to my house by going this direction.
Over the speed limit.
So that's a little bit disappointing in iGo that it doesn't recognize that there's another route. It's making me go out of the way.
Leave highway, then take next left.
To get back to the interstate when there is Route 99.
Prepare to turn left in 250 yards. Take next left, then next sharp left. Route calculation. You are over the speed limit. In 1/4 mile, keep left.
So as you can see, guys, I was on the highway. Sometimes it thought I was on a surface street. And then finally, after I got to this side of town,
Drive 6 miles.
it recalculated me to put me on Route 99, which is the other alternative highway, or the alternate highway to get north. But it did take quite a while for it to recognize it. And it did put me on some, it did think I was on some surface streets. So that's a little bit of an issue. I didn't see the lane assist pop up in either of those. It did pop up in more metropolitan areas, in the San Francisco area. I would hardly say we're a rural area, but it is more rural than a major metropolitan area such as San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, or Chicago. Okay guys, so here we are in the den. I want to give you kind of my final thoughts on the iGo My Way GPS application for the iPhone. Now, the iGo is a relatively good GPS navigational unit. It does get you from point A to B. There are a couple little glitches that I would like to see taken care of in the next update. One of them is when I was on a freeway, it did tend to tell me that I was on a surface street. So like streets that were parallel to the highway. I did notice that it tended to tell me that I was on a surface street and not recognize I was on the highway. The second is that when you get an incoming phone call and you attempt to go back into the navigational unit and simultaneously navigate and talk on the phone at the same time, it tends to kind of hang up on the startup screen, and it never got past that. Now, I know the developer has said that they've had some issues with startup on jailbroken iPhones, but guys, as you know, my iPhone is stock. There's no modifications to it whatsoever. So that was a little bit disappointing. But other than that, it's a good, very simple GPS application unit. Now, the price points are a little bit on the higher end. Now, the North American version is $79.99. I think that once version 2.0 comes out, I can see spending $79.99 on it. At that price point, I think that there's other applications that might be a better choice for you. But really, it all comes down to what you're looking for in GPS applications and navigational systems. Whether you want very simple, straightforward, or whether you want a lot of options. This is one of the ones that's more simple and straightforward. So if that's what you're looking for, iGo is a good solution for you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email address is tommoccia, that's TOMMOCCIA @buymeaniphone.com. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you. Okay, now make sure that you guys follow us on Twitter. It's twitter.com/buymeaniphone. If you'd like to follow me personally, it's twitter.com/nerfsqueezer. That's NERF Squeezer. Make sure you tune into our Buy Me an iPhone live every other Saturday, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific time. We always have a great guest and a great time. Alright guys, this is Tom from BuyMeAnIPhone.com. Hope this helped you out. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.